Hey everyone, we're going to talk through your assessment. So you're going to have 3 doubles to do this. You're going to, for each of the doubles, you're going to submit a journal entry for what you've done for each of those double lessons, and then you're going to submit a video at the end of it. So this is called your script presentation. It says you're going to present a 1-page script on video. This will not be shown to any students, just to the teacher. Your presentation will need accents. You can include sound effects, visuals, props, music, and anything else you want to bring the script to life. You'll also hand in 3 journal entries explaining your creative choices. What to do? So how to create a script presentation. You need to research and just discover a script. You can use the scripts that we've had from Remember the Titans, or you can use the script that I put up from Bring It On if you'd like to do that. You can pick any script that you can find online. Just make sure that it is a G or a PG movie, or it doesn't have anything that's any sort of swearing in it, any references to anything that's not appropriate for the school. But you can definitely have things like, you could do scripts like Harry Potter. You could do even a script from a TV show that you really enjoy watching. And just taking 1 page of it and making sure that it has at least 2 characters. Or if you want, you can give yourself a challenge and have 3 or 4. You've just got to make sure that each of those characters have different ways of talking, different ways of acting. So the more characters you have, the more challenging this video is going to be for you. You've got to read through that 1 page that you've got, and you've got to try to bring that page to life. So you need to read through each of the characters' lines and actually play those characters. So you need to be in front of the camera. You can have props with you. You can have sound effects on your computer, all that sort of thing. If you need to, you can use things around the house. If you've got an animal that will be really happy to sit in for another one of the characters, you're more than welcome to use that. Just remember that you need to make sure that it flows really smoothly. You can jump from one character to another. You can pause your recording and go get changed if you need to into your other costume, if that's what you'd like to do. I don't mind if you have, say, a piece of clothing that represents the 2 different characters. So you might have wigs, you might have hats, you might have scarves, you might have gloves, and just switch that 1 piece of clothing to represent that you are being the other character. But remember, the way that you talk, the way that your body moves, the way that you act is what I'm going to be looking at to see that you can create those differences between those 2 characters. So you have 3 doubles to create, practice, and film this presentation. At the end of the 3rd double, it is going to be due at 4 o'clock. So anything after 4 o'clock is going to lose marks. So at the end of each double, you need to submit a journal entry with basically just 3 things if you're written down. What you did during that double, you need to write down the creative choices that you made, and you need to write down what you had to change because it didn't work. So you might go, I was practicing my scene and I realized the accent didn't work, so then I changed it. Or you might write down and go, I had originally wanted to have a sword as my prop, and I worked out it's a bit too big and heavy for me to carry, so I've decided to go with another prop piece. Those sorts of things is what I'm looking through for your journal entries. And then lastly, you'll need to film your presentation and send it either on MyEd or on direct message. And remember, nobody else is going to see it except for me. I'm just going to watch it a couple of times. Write your marks on it. Just put a comment in on sector, so you'll have a mark and a comment. But other than that, no one else is going to see that. So you can have as much fun with it as you want. You can have as many different elements if you want. As we're allowed to have a whole bunch of more freedom on going places. You can take your video and go to a park or go to another place if that's what you want to create your setting, if that's what you'd like to do. You're more than welcome. There's a whole bunch of different examples on YouTube of people who have taken scripts and have made it their own. Sometimes they've done animated characters if you'd like to do puppets or drawings or anything like that. But just remember that you also need to be in the shot as well. So I need to actually see you so that I know that you are not using a YouTube video from someone else. So this is your planning sheet. So it just says what is the script about. So you just need to write a brief summary of the script you've chosen. Remember, you're only picking 1 page from that script. So it's just the 1 scene or the 1 page that you have to do. So it's not going to go for very long. Who are the 2 or more characters? So you need to write a description. If you remember from our script from our Aboriginal play that we did last term, it had the characters' names, had how old they were, it had what job that they were in, it had what they looked like. Those are the sorts of things I'm looking for in that box. How are you going to make these 2 characters different so that the audience can tell the difference? So it might be you might put down accents, or you might put down a prop or a piece of clothing that they have. You might even say one character is going to stand on one side of the screen, one character is going to stand on the other side of the screen. And remember, you can actually pick your camera up and move around the room or move into different rooms to take your script into different settings to make it more engaging for your audience. And then the last question is, what ideas do you have for the different parts of the script to bring the bits to life? So you might say, I've got this prop, I've got this wig, I've got this piece of costume, I've got this music that's going through. You might go, I've made a drawing of a whole bunch of people to create the audience or to create the crowd of that scene. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can have, and you can write them down. And it doesn't matter if you write down your initial ideas and then what you have is completely different. You've just got to write those changes into your journal so that I understand what it is. All right, so that is going to be your assessment. I've also put your drama script presentation in the box below, so you can click on that. You can get started on it this lesson. Remember, this particular sheet, your planning sheet's due today, and your first journal entry. And then your next double, you're just going to be practicing and preparing and writing a journal entry. And then the third double, which is in 3 weeks' time, you're going to be actually uploading the video. And I would strongly suggest that you give yourself plenty of time, because it does take a while to do these sorts of videos. Sometimes you stuff up or there's noise in the background and you have to start again. So give yourself plenty of time so you're not too stressed about it. So it doesn't matter if you end up filming it, 3 or 4 days beforehand. Just make sure that you have it in by 4 o'clock on that last double. All right, thank you guys. Have so much fun. Bye.